Athtart, whose Semetic name was Atargatis, and she was deemed to be the first mermaid. She was venerated in the Babylonian area by the culture of that time, and was particularly venerated in the city of Dur, which is now Syria. She was known as Dagitu, a word that is the feminine form or word for fish, and later she was appropriated into Greek culture as Derceto. Her period of worship was approximately 2000 BCE to roughly 1000 Common Era, and throughout that time she was primarily associated with the moon, feminine powers, and most importantly water. She was described as being the great fish goddess of the water and all its fish. She is described as she who swallows and gives birth to the sun, and was known to be a protector of cities. Her son was Oannes, who was the solar fish deity, and she is also said to be the mother of Semiramis, who was a queen, a goddess, and became a representation of beauty, intelligence, love, and sensuality. Athtart is regarded as a goddess of fertility, and her anthropomorphic form is that of the mermaid, highlighting her relationship to the seas, the fish, and thus fertility itself. It is said that she is sacred to the whales of the ocean, and that their song is sung to serenade this goddess. According to myth, Athtart fell in love with a mortal shepherd called Hadad, and they had a daughter who would be Semiramis. Semiramis later became the queen of Syria, and she is most well known for the famous Hanging Gardens of Babylon. She became venerated by the people in her death, and thus transformed into the goddess who represented beauty. The legend of Hadad tells us that he was resurrected and would go on to be a king of the Sumerian lands, and later transformed into a god himself. The story for these two is that Athtart had accidentally caused his death, and she could not live with her guilt and decided to drown herself in a lake near Ascalon. The waters, however, could not hide her beauty, and she was transformed into a mermaid, a woman with the tail of a fish. She was worshipped in a temple located in the city of Ascalon in Israel, and is still venerated in small sections throughout portions of what was the Assyrian kingdom.